Hello, I'd like to welcome you to another Tailgate Thursday brought to you by Frontier Precision. My name is Mel Philbrook and I'm the Geospatial Technical Account Manager here at Frontier Precision.
My name's Adam Bridges. I'm the Geospatial Sales Rep based here in Boise, Idaho. You know, Mel, I'm talking to a lot of customers having UHF radio issues, whether it's range or their signal being stomped on. Just wonder if there's a way we can help find a better solution.
Yeah, that's a great question, Adam. After the FCC required narrowbanding happened in 2013, a lot of folks don't realize that we lost half our bandwidth. We went from a 25-foot lane to a 12.5-foot lane, but we've also increased our GPS constellations from GPS to now GPS GLONASS and now GPS GLONASS and Galileo. And so by throwing now multiple channels of GNSS down a half the size pipe, you can understand that there's lots of issues using UHF. So you've now lost your range and you have more RTK users than we had in the early days in the 90s and then mid-90s when RTK came out. So what we're here to talk about today is the IntuicomBridgeX. The BridgeX has many things that it can do, but during today's tailgate, we're just going to be focused on one tremendous advantage that's being overlooked about the IntuicomBridgeX, and that's using it as a base socket, or what I would call using it as an internet radio. Many folks are already using UHF already have all the cables and batteries necessary to with an SAE connector. When you buy this BridgeX, this cable plug-in right here is just a standard Limo Zero shell that's already being used by your Trimble gear and those TDL radios. All you're going to need to do is plug in the same cable you already had, which probably was a splitter that had an SAE adapter. The radio already comes with this, and you'll be able to have it plugged into power by using SAE. And then also ran directly to your mobile base and use this as an Ethernet radio, or what I call an internet radio. Once you're broadcasting CMRX just like you normally would do, instead of going out a radio via UHF, you'll be going over a static IP. That's when you buy this device, you'll get a static IP assigned, and you'll also then assign a port. We usually use 5018. You can stay tuned for that. We're going to do a complete tech talk on the setup of the web UI on the Intuicom Bridge, and then also how to set it up in Trimble Access as a VRS rover. But then your corrections now are secured going over the internet directly to your rover. That means you'll have increased performance on your rover, and you'll have, using like an R10-2 or a Trimble R12 that's using precision base measurements, you're able to go further because you don't have the limitation of the UHF radio range limitations that you traditionally had, and you'll be able to do things more secure. So that's pretty much this Intuicom Bridge in the way that we're trying to talk about today in this tailgate.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go talk to a customer, see how they're using it.
Yeah, that sounds great, Adam. Let's go talk to a customer. Hi, I'm Mel Philbrook with Frontier Precision. I'm out here with Craig with Four Rivers Surveying, a surveyor here in Idaho, to discuss a little bit about the Intuicom RTK Bridge. I'll let Craig introduce himself here.
Hi, I'm Craig McCullough, Four Rivers Surveying. We cover many states, and Mel turned us on to this, I'll call it the bridge. And we want to talk a little bit today about why we use the bridge and the applications that we use the bridge for, and why we love it.
Yeah, so Craig originally, like many customers, after the narrow banding on UHF radios have had a lot of decrease in radio range and other radio issues. So Craig, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you've integrated the Intuicom RT bridge for your applications?
Our projects, most all of our projects are large-scale projects. This one right here is kind of a medium. The one we're on today is kind of a medium-sized project, but I originally bought the bridge after Mel explained to me what its capabilities were for long distance. Other surveyors were using it for to get around being walked on from the normal radio, but we wanted it for the application of being able to reach in long distances. We had a project that was about 1,500 square miles of control network, and we needed to be able to reach everything that we could, and this thing will do that. We had one particular shot that we got to between control points that was a little over 36 miles, and we were able to maintain the precision and accuracy we're wanting, and we had 300ths of vertical. I was very happy at 36 miles. That is one of the reasons that we like it. This project that we are on right here, we started 3 or 4 years ago, and our base is sitting on a control point here that we used to use our conventional base, and we would to cover this project we had at least about 4 bases to get everything covered on this project. This one now we can do with the bridge, we can do from this one site, one control point. Any of the 4 control points, we could do it all from one using the bridge. That is another advantage. Another advantage is it doesn't suck as much power from a battery as the conventional HPB style of radio.
Yeah, Craig. So just so folks know, this is a typical mobile base setup. It's using the same wiring system that they used to use for their TDL 450, and all they had to do is swap out and plug into this Intuicom RTK bridge and use the same battery source that has an SAA connector. And honestly, you're still able to use the same survey style, which was using an external radio. So it's pretty much been plug and play for you, correct?
It has been, yes. Yeah. A little bit of setup from you and help that we got us up and going, and we did really, really well on that project I was telling you about. We could have done it the other way. We could have done it with Opus, but this gave us an ability to do it in days instead of multiple weeks.
Yep. And one last thing that I like to that Craig brought up that is a good point. Craig, why don't you explain? We're in a network, and there's plenty of places where I get questions by customers. Hey, well, we have a VRS network, whether it's paid or free. Why would I need this bridge and do it over cellular? You brought up yesterday, it was a very good point, that sometimes you're running on the outskirts of a network, or there's some areas and some network providers that you're maybe in an area of deformation or high movement, and you would prefer to mount to a single base anyways. Here, why don't you explain what's going on here?
That is exactly right. Our location right here, we are right on the edge of the network, the VRS network, and our precisions, the repeatability is lacking. And for our boundary work that we do, we want to set up on a base, and we want to keep our precisions up. Being right on the edge like this, it just doesn't give us the quality that we really, really want to get our boundary work done.
Yeah, so thank you for watching this tailgate on the Intuicom RTK bridge, and thanks and shout out to Craig and Four Rivers Surveying for telling us a little bit about how they're using it. And then also I want to give a plug, a shout out to all those U.S. Army surveyors. Craig's one, and there's a lot more out there. Thank you again for watching this tailgate by Frontier Precision.